नमस्कार। मैं डॉक्टर स्मिता जैन, प्रोफेसर फैशन डिज़ाइन आज आपके साथ सिलेक्शन ऑफ क्लोथिंग विषय पर बात करूंगी। यह बीए फर्स्ट ईयर फैशन डिज़ाइन का माइनर का सब्जेक्ट है और इसका टाइटल है बेसिक्स ऑफ अपैरल डिज़ाइनिंग। इन विषयों पे आज हम आप सबके साथ चर्चा करेंगे, जिनमें मुख्य हैं लर्निंग आउटकम्स, link to previous topics, selection of clothing according to age, occasion, season and budget. Also we will study understanding specific requirements for infants and children, person with special needs and old age. And finally it will be the summary, link for further readings, references and few assessment questions. Now we will see what are the learning outcomes of this module. First, the students will be able to explain the importance of clothing. Second, they'll describe the various bases for selection of clothing. And finally, identify the specific needs of clothing for infants, children, persons with special needs and old age people. In previous module, you have studied about the origin, history and importance of clothing, in which you have learned how clothing originated, such as discovery of fibers, process of making threads from fibers and how to weave the cloth and many more things. Clothing is a reflection of a person's personality. It increases confidence of the wearer. It also helps in building person's identity. Selection of clothes should be very sensibly done so that best clothes can be purchased by spending minimum amount of money. The clothes should be compatible to age, personality, climate and should not be a hindrance in normal working. The final decision on clothing requirements and their selection depends on the geographical features, climate, weather, characteristics of the area where they are to be worn or used. The clothes which we wear are selected on a number of grounds. Some of the grounds are age, occasion, season and budget. Now we are going to study about the selection of clothing for infants. For this selection, we have to keep in mind few points. For example, infants' clothing should be loose and comfortable. Too tight clothing is harmful for the normal development of the infant. The baby's skin is soft, so pure cotton clothes should be preferred, as cotton is absorbent and soft. Fewer times its cotton and its blend can also be used, but try to avoid synthetic fabrics for the babies. The seam used in the garment should be flat. Tight elastics should not be used in infant clothing. Baby's clothing should be open from front, back or top. And always avoid loose strings near the neck area. Now we will see the selection of clothing for adolescents. Before selection of clothing, we should know who adolescents are. Adolescent age is the age between 15 to 20 years. This is the period when they learn to manage their body, seek approval from peers and members of the opposite sex. They value too well-fitted, fashionable and expensive garments. Adolescents are constantly worried about their physical appearance. They prefer to wear attractive clothing to express themselves and gain social acceptance. Some of the qualities that are most important in clothing for this age groups are: clothing for this age group should be of bright and vibrant colors, as these colors reflect enthusiasm, happiness and liveliness. Their clothes should be unique, stylish and according to the latest fashion. Active sports clothes should be well fitted, comfortable and strong. Lastly, the clothes should be easy to wash and dry quickly. Next stage is the adulthood. For this age group, selection of clothing is little difficult. The stages of adulthood examined are early adulthood, that is the age from 20 to 34 years, early middle age, that is from 35 years to 44 years, late middle age is from 45 to 64 years, and late adulthood, that is we call it as old age also, it ages from 65 and above. Adulthood starts at the age of 20 to 21 years. It can be described as the period in every human life in which they are under complete maturity of physical and intellectual well-being. For them, the selection of clothes should be done very cautiously and some points should be kept in mind. Adults prefer simple and elegant clothes. They choose the dress or the garment according to the occasion and economic status. Their clothing should be according to the skin color and body shape. There should be more emphasis on business, opportunities and cost that the prevailing fashion in this age is. Excessive designs and flowery prints in clothes look childish at this age. Our next slide is on the selection of clothing according to occasion. Our country India is a country of diverse traditions and cultures. Occasions are an essential part of our customs. For example, weddings. Weddings or any other festival is celebrated with great enthusiasm and grandeur. Heavy clothing is preferred by all. Women, they like to wear heavy lehengas, heavy saris or any other heavy brocade sari or any other dress. Men prefer to wear sherwanis, turtleneck, suits or designer kurta pajamas or anything which is at that time in fashion. The clothing for lunch or picnics require more casual attire. For women, tops, shirts, jeans are the casual wear for such occasions. Men can opt for a well-fitted shirt and jeans, a casual kurta or linen pants. Formal events are also very important, such as award ceremonies, festivals or other events. Some events they have a dress code also. In those dress codes, for women a gown or a cocktail dress is appropriate for this occasion. Men can choose any formal dress, for example suits or any other western outfit. Selection of clothing on the basis of season is very important. The main purpose of clothing is to cover the body. Clothing protects us from heat and cold and helps us to maintain body temperature in adverse conditions. In summer season, we prefer to wear cool colors. Cool colors means blue, green, purple, white. They are preferred as the person who wears it feel comfortable and happy. The fabric worn in summers should be absorbent, lightweight and porous. For this, cotton and linen are best suitable examples for this season. In winters, fluffy and heavyweight fabrics are suitable such as wool, rayon, acrylic, artificial fibers, etc. The clothing should have closed necks, long sleeves and collars. The colors preferred in winters are red, golden yellow, orange and other warm colors. In rainy season, synthetic fabrics are mostly worn as they dry quickly, they are easy to clean and they need no ironing. Bright colored clothing is preferred by people in this season. Budget is very important for selection of clothing as it helps in preventing impulse buying. Clothes are purchased according to the need and priority of the family. Creative thinking and flexibility are the key to maintain one's family budget. It is best to invest in a few outfits that match the ones in the wardrobe and can be worn for different occasions. Savings can be made by purchasing clothing from end of season or clearance sales. Before buying new clothes, family members should go through all the clothes in their wardrobe and get rid of the clothes that have never worn or are too small or are out of fashion. Our next topic is understanding specific requirements for infants and children, persons with special needs and old age. For this, understanding the specific needs for infants and children, clothing should be selected primarily on the basis of comfort and ease of care, which can be achieved by first, use of right fabric and trimming materials, second, choosing the right method of construction, and third and final is right choice of garment design. For the use of right fabric and trimming materials, following points should be kept in mind while choosing fabrics and trimming materials for infants and children. The fabric chosen should be absorbent, porous, soft and flexible. Cotton and its blends are suitable. Fur clothing should be avoided as there is a risk of loose fibers choking the baby. Fancy trimmings should be avoided as they irritate the wearer and require extra care while washing. Drawstrings or bonnet strings around the neck should be avoided as there are chances of a child rolling over and becoming entangled in them and may be fatal. Ties and flat fasteners should be used rather than large decorative buttons. Now, right choice of garment design. The design of the garment is an important aspect that should be considered while choosing clothes for kids. Wrappers, kimonos and shirts that open completely in the front or back are considered the best options as they do not need to be pulled over the baby's head. The fitting of the garment should be loose enough that the child can wear it without discomfort, and the fitting should not be so loose that the garment is seen hanging. The final point is choosing the right method of construction. The clothes of the baby should be loose so that it gets freedom to move. The dress should be plain and attractive, and the stitching or seam should be flat so that it does not pinch the baby. The number and types of clothing depends largely on the resources and preferences of the parents. The most important thing is to have enough clothing to keep baby warm and clean at all times. To keep baby comfortable and neat, a few easy care clothes are required. Dress-up clothes or the formal clothes for special occasions can be added in the wardrobe. Next, we are going to see the understanding specific needs for persons with special needs. Clothing plays an important role in the life of not only normal persons but also for persons with special needs. Garments can conceal physical defects and provide an aesthetic experience to the wearer through their distinctive features. Individuals with special needs require both genuine care and social sensitivity. So most individuals want apparels that is visually appealing, comfortable, functional, easy to manage, safe and easy to care for. Few images you can see for the persons who are with special needs. First, you can see the shirt which can be opened from side. It has velcros which the person with special need can easily wear himself or herself. In the second, you can see the pants or the trousers with openings or zippers. So people can wear it very easily and comfortably. Even in the third image, you can see a person wearing a pajama or a lower which has a zip throughout its length. With age, it becomes difficult for the body to move, stretch, bend and flex the joints, making the process of getting dressed sometimes is challenging. Some characteristics for their clothing which should be kept in mind are as follows. Lightweight, loose fit, breathable, comfortable, simple and easy to wear clothes should be worn. Use of large buttons, velcros, zips, etc. should be used instead of hooks. Broad neck clothing should be chosen so that the person wear it without any difficulty. Fabric used should be stain resistant, easily washable, wrinkle resistant and which can dry as soon as possible. In order to provide comfort, dignity and self-reliance to the older person, adaptive clothing is preferred, which is modified or specially designed to meet the health problems of old age. Adaptive clothing can be a boon and easily beneficial for older people with some conditions like arthritis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, muscular dystrophy, post-stroke or partial paralysis, post-operative patients, temporary body injuries or chronic health conditions. Some of the characteristics of these adaptive clothing are: clothes can be easily worn while in a sitting position, wrap around saris that can be worn while lying down, off-shoulder nightgowns, front opening clothing, kurta, dresses and blouses or tops with front, back and shoulder openings, zipped pants, sides that can open on both sides, flexible waistband and ample space to accommodate unneeded support, velcro closures, magnetic closures, snap or press buttons, women's friendly innerwears, specially cut and touch easy to understand clothing for visually impaired elders. These are some of the characteristics of adaptive clothing, and as you know that the demand for adaptive clothing in India is becoming more than the supply. Many designers and some multinational brands are designing stylish adaptive clothing which are liked by this age group people. Now we will sum up our module. Apparel makes a man smart. As you all know, it is correctly said. The selection of clothing by an individual is a complex process influenced by personal, social and psychological factors. Today, man is in the race of performance, prestige and competition, due to which he wants to show himself beautiful and elegant. Clothing plays an important role in human needs, that is, in making man beautiful and smart. The personality of a person is reflected in the clothes. Today, dress has become an integral part of human society and human character. Clothes should be worn in such a way that they look beautiful on the body. Over time, there have been many changes in the styles of dress which each person adopts according to the personality and time. Now I am sharing few video links and web link so that you may go through them and gain knowledge. कुछ वीडियो लिंक्स मैं आपके साथ शेयर कर रही हूँ और इसके साथ ही वेब लिंक भी है जिसको आप ध्यान से देखें, पढ़ें और अपनी नॉलेज को बढ़ाएं. Here are some of the references of the books or the links which you should go through and study it. इस मॉड्यूल को पढ़ने के बाद मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपके सामने मैं कुछ प्रश्न रख रही हूँ आपसे जो बन जाएंगे, जिसमें पहला प्रश्न है, सिंथेटिक तंतु से बुने वस्त्र शिशु के परिधान के लिए उपयुक्त हैं. क्या यह स्टेटमेंट सही है या गलत? इसका उत्तर है गलत. दूसरा, रेशमी वस्त्र में पसीना सोखने की क्षमता के साथ साथ पसीने की नमी को वाष्प करने की क्षमता भी होती है, जिससे शरीर को ठंडक मिलती है. इसका सही उत्तर है गलत. तीसरा प्रश्न है, डैश में परिधान दाग प्रतिरोधक, आसानी से धोने योग्य एवं सिलवट प्रतिरोधक होने चाहिए ताकि उन्हें बार बार धोने में लगने वाली ऊर्जा के उपयोग से बचा जा सके. इसका उत्तर है वृद्धावस्था. चौथा प्रश्न है, डैश व्यक्ति को आराम, सम्मान और आत्मनिर्भरता प्रदान करने के लिए ऐसे परिधान आवश्यक हैं जो आसानी से उपलब्ध, आरामदायक एवं बिना अधिक प्रयास के पहने या उतारे जा सकें. इसका सही उत्तर है वृद्ध व्यक्ति के लिए. अंतिम प्रश्न है, परिधान की आवश्यकताओं का आंकलन एवं चयन क्षेत्र की डैश पर निर्भर करता है. प्रथम, भौगोलिक विशेषताएं, ब इस जलवायु, स मौसमी विशेषताएं और द उपरोक्त सभी. इसका ऑप्शन द उपरोक्त सभी सही है.